Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be making these beautiful dictionary bowls made out of old dictionary pages. You may have seen this before made out of old magazines, but today we're making them out of old dictionary pages. So let's get started. To make the rolled dictionary page bowl, you're going to need about 40 pages from the dictionary. I cut the white border off because what I found is when I rolled it, I wound up with a lot of white instead of all the vintage print that gives it a lot of the texture for the bowl. So I used a pencil to roll, and you're going to roll from one corner to the other corner. It does take a little bit of getting used to. I have to be honest, I did throw away probably about the first 4 or 5 that I rolled just because I wasn't used to it and I wasn't getting an even texture. So as I roll, notice I'm going to remove the pencil now, otherwise it's hard to get it out later. So you're going to roll it. And then when you get to the end, go ahead and add some of just the white glue. And I just kind of go over it a little bit. I take a little bit of the extra glue from the tip and just go around, and that really just holds it into place just like that. And I'll go ahead and show you again. Again, remember you're rolling from one side to the other, right at the diagonal. Take the pencil out and keep on rolling. And you very quickly get the hang of it. And for this project, I did 40. You can do more or less depending on how big you want your bowl to be. But 40 will be a decent size. I wouldn't go less than 25. But for me, I like 40. So I went ahead and I rolled all 40, as you can see. And then I'll show you how to get started. For this next step, if you have craft clips, they do come in handy because once you start, you really can't stop. Otherwise, you're going to lose all the tension. But if you do have these clips, it will let you have a little bit of a break. So what you're going to do is you're going to start by flattening this a little bit. And then you are going to roll it. And you want it to be as tight as possible. This is a little bit of a hand and finger workout. So you're just going to roll it. Roll, roll, roll. Too bad it wasn't a cinnamon roll. I do like my cinnamon rolls. And then when you get to probably about the last little few centimeters, you're going to go ahead and connect it to the next tube. And just the tension will hold it right in place. There's no need for glue or anything. And you're going to continue rolling. And as you roll, you're going to be flattening it. So as you can see, it's really nice and tight because this is going to be right in the middle of the bowl. Again, get to the end and go ahead and attach it to the next one. And keep rolling. And you're going to continue this process. Sometimes they're a little tricky to get in there. Just kind of wiggle it around a little bit. And as it does get bigger, it does become a little bit easier to start rolling it on the table. So as you can see, I'm switching it to the table. And you're just gonna, you do want to get this in far enough. If you don't, it will kind of slide out. Roll, roll, roll. And as you can see, within just a few minutes, I already have a really nice tight beginning. So I will continue rolling and then we'll meet back. So I'm probably about halfway through at this point, and as you can see, it's getting quite large, and I'm just continuing to go around. If for some reason you need to take a break, what I do want to show you, you can't let go because it's only being held together by the tension, is I have these craft kind of like clothespins, clamps, and you can just I put one or two together, and then you could take a break if you needed to. I just did want to show you that. So I'm going to continue to wrap around and around and around, and then I'm going to show you how you're going to move this flat, almost like a coaster or a plate, very slowly. We'll move it up into a bowl. So I've now finished rolling, and I just glued the last part. I just glued down, and then I used a clamp just to hold on to it for a while. So for now, you're going to need a Modge Podge. I've decided to use glossy. It also comes in matte, all different types of finishes, but I decided I wanted mine glossy. So before you get to the Modge Podge, what you're going to have to do is you're going to very slowly start to bring this up into a bowl formation. Now you want your bowl to sit on the table without wobbling, so you don't really want to touch this middle part because that's the part that the bowl is going to sit on. So I'm going to leave that part alone, and then the rest I'm just going to very slowly, as you can see, start to form my bowl. This part has to go slowly. Because it will very quickly. You could pull it too much and slip it out. Because remember, everything is just being held together with tension at this point. You're just going to do it until you get the shape you want. Remember, leave that middle part alone though. That's the whole trick. As you can see, I'm just kind of spinning it around, kind of thinking right now like I'm kind of like a potter, flinging some clay around, but really, as you can see, I'm almost actually done forming a bowl. And for the most part, this is the finished product. It's a really nice bowl. You could put office supplies, paper clips, really anything you want. But I think for me, I'll probably use it to store some of my craft supplies. But I love that it's just made out of vintage dictionary pages and it's completely upcycled. And you've created something new. Okay, so at this point, I have the bowl the way I want it. To seal it, I'm going to paint on my Modge Podge. You could use your finger if that's easier for you. You can use a paintbrush, whatever you want. I'm just using this little sponge brush. And you're just going to spread this all along the inside. And it's just going to hold everything really nicely in place and seal it all at the same time. as I'm doing this, if you wouldn't mind commenting below if you would ever consider doing this with anything else besides dictionary pages. I've seen it done with music. I've seen it done with, traditionally it's done actually with magazine pages, which makes it really nice and colorful. I would love to know what your ideas are and what you've done or would like to try. So I'm going to continue sealing this, and then I'm also going to seal the outside as well.